So I'm back now for my second in the series of annotated French Scrabble games. I'm just turning the volume up a little bit. It's me to play first. It's just saying good luck. Again, I think it's the second one of these I've done. I think I concentrate less because I'm trying to think. I'm just stuck on Kel. I think Ulake or something, or I'm using the check function here, which it's not cheating, but it's so you can't do that in competition. I'm just going to play Kel. I'll stick the E. I don't want to stick the Q between the two doubles really. The U next to the double letter score is the least risky between the U and the E. I've had a go now at recording one of these, so I know I need to talk a little bit louder, and that I can indicate. I wasn't sure if it was recording the mouse before, and it is. So really, as soon as you've played, you can start thinking of moves you can play. That's not really what I was hoping for. That gives me a little bit of information. Tells me he's probably got a load of consonants. Only an S goes after Kel, so I've got 2 I's and 2 U's. I've got 6 vowels overall, so I don't particularly want to keep the P's. I probably just want to play as many of these as I can, but definitely get rid of at least 1 U and 1 I. I was going to play around the Q. I can't. He's blocked that now. Again, very limited. Pluie is not by no means a great, by no means a great word, but just get rid of vowels, and that's quite a lot better. I've got 4 vowels and 3 consonants, and I've got 2 A's aren't a problem. 2 O's and 2 U's, 2 I's up to a point you want to avoid, but this isn't bad at all. So again, I can already be thinking about things I can play. So I can play down here because an I or U go before P, so there's, I mean, I'm not going to be doing that now, I don't think, because he's played Mixa, so I'm probably going to stick an I. Again, this is not ideal, they're not bad letters. I mean, maybe just Koze. It does play my, I could play Kaze as more points and keeps GU. Yeah, I think just go for the one that scores the most points, 35. But when you play Mixa like that, you're expecting your opponent to stick an IS or T on the end and score sort of 35-ish or something. So yeah, this what I've got now makes me think that I can play, maybe play all 7, get the 50-point bonus. I can see various ways of playing 6 of the 7, but that doesn't obviously. You don't always want to play as many letters as you can. I was hoping we'd play the Z for engluer, but I'm just going to play League. Can't. I see nothing dramatically better. Well, actually, I'm saying that Erlange is valid, isn't it? It may so often you type a few letters and then you're like, oh, hang on. There it is. It's valid. So 76. And I've got perfect letters. Couldn't really be any better than that. So I can play anywhere I want. I don't have to worry that he's going to block all the possible bingos. So I've got a 72-point lead, twice his score. He's going to close that gap, I'd imagine, unless he changes letters. There we go, he's actually gone 4 points ahead there. Now, if we get something on the triple, so either ending in the T or a shoe or beginning with it, that's going to be my best score. There's no double-double open, which is where, like, if you look at 5E and 5K, if you could play something that links those with a Q there, with Kel there, you can't, but that's your best. Branier is valid. It's not, or Tranier. No, that's not valid. Don't think I'm going to be scoring pretty big in that case. I'm just going to be saying just something. Keep thinking Betrav, but that's 9 letters. So should just Batter. Actually, there's a simple one. In all this time, it's a nice, easy. Oh, this is interesting. What the W and the blank, which is usually sort of 99 times out of 100 you actually don't want. You want them separately. So you play the W. Pretty much got perfect letters. Except the W, so I can play the W and keep the rest. Again, like, I can't pick up a Q because that's already gone. Because that's the other one when you have a Q and no U and a blank. And to play all 7 of them. Again, I can be thinking of, I've got a couple of 32-point plays I can spot straight away. There's no U next to a premium square I can sort of score 60 or anything like that. So a few words like tweete, as in to tweet on Twitter, and again, if that D was something else, if that were an R, I've already got an R, it's the E I need, or a T. Play tweed. So again, I've got A-way in 2 different spots. I've got it in B9 and F13. So that's 32, and that's probably rather get rid of the D than keep it given the choice, but it's not an absolute game changer. Yeah, if I could play just a D and the W, that would be ideal. I could play Tweed actually, same as A-Way, and there's Tweed B9. Given I've got 2 E's, it's a couple of extra points. She's played her, or sorry, not actually. It's 35 rather than 32, and well, just D and T together aren't particularly flexible, so I'm going to play this. Could go wrong, it hasn't, it's done the opposite, it couldn't really have gone any better. Okay, let's just me which bingo I end up playing. I can see Miracle would that puts a blank on the double, so if you look at A3, which is there's Miracle, that puts a blank there, which means you double the blank. So Reclam or Reclama is actually a little bit better. Reclama, you can put the blank A there. Oh, you can't, because sorry. Reclam, you can put the blank here instead of doubling it. Or if he takes that, then there's this I can play something on. There's this R and A here, so he could take the triple, which might, he hasn't anyway. He just opened up a second triple, so I'm just going to have a look and think, can I get the C there? Or the M? So Miracle, Reclam. Clamor is actually gets the M there. So I'm just trying in my head all the vowels, which does each vowel give me, and there might well be something that puts the C there and gets me an extra 3 points. In this game, it's pretty much over now. There's 30 letters left, which is quite a lot. Looking at what I've picked up, I need to get rid of these, as many of these vowels as I can. There's 17's actually not bad. It stops him getting the triple as well. It's good enough. I've got the J and the K now, so that's going to be my priority. Is in a way, when you've got like quite nice other letters, like I've got an E and an S, it's really not bad actually having both of those at once. I can play one. So I'm like, is there any big spot where I can get an easy 4-2 without really doing a great deal? And there's actually in here I can play key. There's a 50, but that's 50. It doesn't look quite as much as 50. It's obviously 10 points for the rest of the letters. Again, I don't have to worry too much about it. I'm going to win, so it's just a question by how many. So I don't necessarily want to sit and think about it. Yeah, looking at those letters, if we could get rid of the J and the O, I'd have a very good chance of a bingo. I can have a little look what letters are left in the bag. Right, there's a lot of consonants, so I'd be likely to pick up 1 or 2 consonants. You often don't want to spend too long thinking about, well, if I played these 2 letters, how likely am I to pick up a playable bingo? There's still room for bingos. Like what an R or an A to finish on. We've got a U to play through, we've got a P, we can finish on the N, which is here. Won't quite fit, see this square, you can fit 6 letters in there. We've got D. So you can think about that, but you don't want to turn down like safe points. So you don't want to be like, I'll play off the J and the O for like 10 points if there's like a 31 pointer or something. So I'm considering Joie, which does both jobs. I mean, I'd probably get rid of JOO, would be absolutely, that's not going to happen. Yeah, Tondoir, so that blocks quite a lot of the bonus plays I had were in this area of the board. They're more or less like, that's blocked, that's blocked, that's blocked. It is possible to get one down here that finishes sort of vowel, consonant, vowel. I might end up just playing this is like Jean 30, but I'd be keeping both O's, which I don't want to do. There's 3 points left to believe is much better. There are 3 O's left as well, so if I keep 2 O's, the odds of picking up a third are pretty high. Again, there's really no, yeah, you go, I have picked up an O, so again, the odds of losing here are close to 0. There's a Z still to come. If you were to get a massive, if you were to get a 100-point play with a Z, that would be sufficient, really. One thing I can do to stop that is to play 3 letters here and not 4 or more, because if I play 4 letters and he plays a bingo on the D, that ends the game. He gets all the points for my letters. I said all that. I sort of said some things that I'm not going to play. I haven't said what I am going to play. Again, you don't want to worry too much about leave at this point in the game. I'm not going to get any more bingos, it doesn't look like. So, and there's Versus, as they would pronounce it, which is VS. 26. Again, I'm 104 ahead, so 130 after this. That's what I'd have to come back from. I could play on the Triple H one as well. It's actually slightly less. Yeah, if you could think of a way of linking that triple and that double, you get 6 times whatever that is. So that's 24 just for the V before you add everything else on. I can't really. Not that I can see. Again, I've got 3 O's. I was a bit worried about the number of O's. So it was like I want for about 500 here, because I should get 35 more. One way or another, no matter what he does. He's only got 1 vowel. So you can see he's got all of that. So ideally, I'd love to play off all my letters quickly and get some points for the letters he's got left. This is where you try and remember all your words with 2 or 3 O's in. I mean, Zo, Z-O-O, he hasn't played the Z yet. I'd love to just play that and just... Again, the triple, I think, was probably the next thing I was gonna... I mean, Kaze here, playing on the end of that. I'm not sure whether OAE OOE or OOA doesn't make any difference whatsoever here. It's going to take me 3 goes to. I think you keep the E. It's going to take me 2 goes to get rid of these, 2 moves to get rid of these 3 letters anyway. Now he's I can't play Zoe. So again, I could probably sit and think about this a little bit more and get a few more points. My favourite little thing to do is when you've got 1 letter left at the end. Is he going to play his? No, he's not. So I'm going to get some points for his. Let's try and find the best score for the just the O. I can see 4, which is here. I don't know whether it annoys my opponent when I'm this far ahead and I'm sat thinking, wow, what can I do? Oh, you see, I found a 5, which is pooh. And there's a 3 there. Again, I wouldn't really spend more than 30 seconds on the last letter. And you see 500 exactly because I've got the 8 points. So I'll thank him. And yeah, that was a bit of a better game than the first one I annotated. I want to explain more about how to link up all the premium squares. Like if you link a triple letter and a double word, you get 6 times. So occasionally, well, it's not even that rare. You get a Z there, and the final letter of the word there or there. You can get sort of 72 or something. Like tweed is similar. Had batter not been there. Tweed with an S there. That's going to be what, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is 72. And on that, I will end the recording there.